Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining the webinar. Topic of today's session is on Microsoft Azure Arc, and the presenter is Mr. Kapil Bajaj.
Hi, good evening, everyone. And really, thank you so much for taking out some time on a Thursday to get involved into a Tech Thursday session provided by Noventiq. And we are happy to have you on this particular session. This is Kapil Bajaj, Senior Solution Sales Specialist at Noventiq. I'm into this organization from past 7 years and have been managing and providing solutions onto Azure cloud. And today, one such topic we have that is Azure Arc. So let's deep dive into this particular service, what it is, what the benefits of this service are, and where is Noventiq can help you engaging into this particular Azure Arc service. So those who are currently onto Microsoft Azure Cloud or are utilizing Microsoft Azure Cloud, they must be familiar about the Azure services and the cloud infrastructure which gets deployed on the Azure cloud, right? So we leverage Azure services, we leverage cloud infrastructure. On top of it, we manage the security, we manage the operations, and definitely the governance aspects, which is too much critical for any organization for setting up their Azure service or cloud infrastructure. Now, where does Azure Arc comes into the picture for this particular service? Now, if I have to say that Azure Arc is basically a bridge between your on-premises servers or AWS or third-party cloud servers to Azure. That means what you can do is Azure Arc is giving you a functionality or technical aspects of it that you onboard your on-premises or your third-party cloud servers or your on-premise servers to Azure Cloud so that you can manage the Azure beautiful features such as security, operations, governance on top of it. Meaning, my security, operations, governance, or whatever the Azure services or the Azure features today we use for the Azure infrastructure can be expanded or can be leveraged for your on-premises server or AWS or third-party cloud servers via Azure Arc. So when we say you can manage, monitor, govern, secure your cloud, your third-party cloud services or third-party cloud servers and on-premise servers, that is not bringing it or hosting it onto Azure. You will host your servers on your native platform itself, but you would be leveraging those Azure beautiful features, monitoring, security, governance, compliance, and everything onto Azure platform utilizing Azure Arc for your on-premises or AWS or third-party servers. You can develop your cloud native applications and operate it from anywhere utilizing this Azure Arc. You can get the data insights of your on-premises or your third-party cloud servers onto Azure using Azure Arc. And as I mentioned, you can secure, you can govern all of your environment. So for example, you have your virtualized platform on VMware, plus you have certain servers or critical servers on the physical environment, plus you or your organization is having a multi-cloud strategy wherein you are hosting your workloads onto AWS or any other third-party cloud. What you can do is you can utilize using Azure Arc, you can utilize all the governance, security, monitoring capabilities holistically on a single pane of view onto Azure portal for all of your IT needs. We are here to meet your regulatory compliance, your connectivity, your operational needs. So we can easily integrate all of Azure services for your on-premise workloads or third-party cloud workloads via Azure Arc. Now, Azure Arc enabled servers. These are generally available. When I say generally available, that means while this particular service, Azure Arc is natively used by Azure, it's a native service of Azure and is currently in general availability. However, there are certain features which Microsoft is enhancing and they are enhancing day by day are in preview right now, but you can leverage maximum of the features which are currently in GA. Azure is bringing capabilities for your on-premise or multi-cloud servers utilizing the Azure Arc. When I say that you can bring your Azure Arc onto Azure, that means there is no limit for or the operating system or limitations on the hardware or something. You can bring all of your Windows and Linux servers onto Azure. You can bring your virtual machines, the physical machines, and the bare metals onto Azure. Just at scale, whatever the workloads you have, as I mentioned on the physical infrastructure, also you can bring it over here. Once you onboard it, you can have operational aspects of it. You can have governance aspects of it. You can secure your workloads via Azure native services. Definitely, SQL is a critical, tech where Azure is having this option as well. It's currently in GA. You can manage all of your SQL workloads, no matter where they are running. You can bring those servers onto Azure Arc, and you can manage, operate, govern, secure it. So that's the policy, or that's the features which currently Azure is giving it to you. How Noventiq is going to help you with this? We are going to soon create an implementation offer onto the marketplace of Azure. It's going to be live soon. We what we can do is, once we get engaged, we can do certain activities to ensure you are happy or delivered with the Azure Arc services. We're gonna assess your current environment, your existing on-premise workloads or multi-cloud workloads, right? We will have a connectivity setup established. That is Azure. It provides a seamless connectivity experience for connecting your on-premise workload to Azure Arc, and it's quite simple. It has certain prerequisites, definitely, but it's quite seamless and quite simple. And when I say seamless, you can easily integrate n number of servers within a single script, which needs to be run at your on-premises or your third-party cloud environment, and you would be able to see your servers onboarded seamlessly onto Azure Arc, right? Once we have that, servers onboarded, we are going to expand that features, capability of monitoring, security, Azure policies, and definitely the ES user as well. So we are going to create this implementation offer. The Noventiq implementation offer would be live soon, and you can leverage that. And if in case before that you want us to reach out, you can definitely reach out directly to us, and we can help you with the suggestions and the consultation or the services aspects of implementing Azure Arc, how your business should plan Azure Arc. So this is a summary. We can get the assessment done. We can have the ESUs enabled. We can have a single pane of glass for all of your on-premise, for your non-Azure workloads, non-Azure, when I say non-Azure third-party cloud workloads, and we can leverage the capabilities of security, monitoring, and governance aspects of it. Right now, this particular offer, these are certain prerequisites which we will be definitely publishing it on our marketing on our marketplace, and there are certain network prerequisites. When I say network prerequisites, there are certain URLs, certain ports which needs to be allowed for this Azure Arc agent to get installed on your on-premises or non-Azure workloads, so that it can connect and speak to the Microsoft backend servers, and can get seamlessly onboarded onto Azure Arc. So we'll now proceed with the portal walkthrough quickly before we proceed further with the Q&A. We are onto the Azure portal. For the audience who are not utilizing Azure, it's basically the management portal of Azure, where all of Azure services gets created into this portal, this management portal. So let me search Azure Arc. It's also a recent service. I'll quickly click on Azure Arc. So you can see this service is live, is GA in the Azure portal, and the all of the services, whether it be any of the IaaS service or platform as a service, the navigation pane is very useful. On the left hand side, you get an options to navigate, and on the right side, you will be able to view the services feature, benefits, or its configuration. Right. As soon as you are on the overview tab of the Azure, you definitely get an knowledge about the infrastructure, right? Now, how this infrastructure is going to be helpful, you have this existing infrastructure, that means your servers, your Kubernetes cluster, your SQL servers, right? And on the platform per se, as I mentioned about the VMware vSphere, which is going to be, it is already in preview, but it's you can utilize it, and System Center VMM also is out there, right? So you can add your servers from this management portal, or you can directly go to the machines And for the demo purpose, I have added 3 virtual machines currently hosted onto the Windows platform. And you can see the machines which you will be onboarding via Azure Arc would be listed onto this tab, the machines tab. Currently, I'm under infrastructure, under machines, and here is what I get. What next we can do? We can do monitoring, we can do security, we can do governance of this particular machine or any or all the machines which are getting onboarded via Azure Arc. Right. So if I go to this machine, right? On the left hand side, as I mentioned, Azure is a rich UI. It provides lots of navigation panes on the left hand side, and right hand side you will be able to see it. Now, if I have to connect, I get an option to connect this particular VM over a browser. I also can get in Windows Admin Center feature directly on the Azure without enabling the login to my server. And when I talk about the security, it's as good as giving all the recommendations for your virtual machines once you enable the Defender, right? So as of now, I have the security recommendations. You can see these recommendations. I doubt you would be getting at the native platform in a much consolidated and much relatable manner. You can get these recommendations of security for your servers. You need to identify the risk, you need to mitigate it. Once you execute this recommendation, you're enhancing your secure score, you're enhancing your security. You can get the additional operational governance kind of things as policies. You can run Azure policies, or you can bring your own custom policies of organization. You can inherit those policies onto Azure servers. You also have something kind of an auto manage the machine configuration, the auto updates. So many operational aspects of features can be leveraged using Azure Arc. Other thing which we were speaking about is the monitoring insights of it. You can see the performance metrics of your onboarded server onto Azure in this dashboard view. And other beautiful feature, I would say, the heat map, which you can see. It also shows me the connectivity that this process is communicating to this particular server over port number as well. So kind of a heat or connectivity map, which you can see onto the Azure portal just by having or enabling Azure Arc. And definitely you can check the resource health, whether it is up to date. So you can do lots of things with your Azure onboarded servers. And this is where we concluding our session, the walkthrough of Azure Arc Services, the demo of Azure Arc Services, the look and feel of Azure Arc Services. How can you leverage? And we are happy to address any queries if you have.
Okay, thanks, Kapil. Thanks for the session today. And thank you all for joining. We will be sharing the next session of Tech Thursday webinar details shortly. Please do tune in. Don't forget to join us. Thank you all. Have a nice day.